Wait a second, guys. Wait a second. Imagine $300 million. Wow. That's enough money to change an entire region, enough to clean polluted waters, restore destroyed farmlands, and give hope to communities that have suffered for decades. Now imagine that money disappearing, not into thin air, but allegedly into luxury supermarkets in one of Nigeria's most expensive cities. This is the story of a showdown that has taken Nigeria's political establishment. A story of accusations, international petitions, and a battle between one of the country's most powerful ministers and one of its most fearless activists. Welcome to the Sowore Wike controversy, and trust me, you won't believe where this goes. On September 26, 2025, Omoyele Sowore, human rights activist and publisher of Sahara Reporters, dropped a bombshell that sent shockwaves across Nigeria. Through his verified social media account, Sowore accused Nyesom Wike, Nigeria's Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, of diverting $300 million that is meant for environmental cleanup in Ogoniland. But here is where it gets interesting. According to Sowore, this money didn't just vanish. It allegedly went into building a chain of luxury supermarkets called Hypercity in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. Let that sink in for a moment. $300 million, money that was supposed to heal the land, money that was supposed to give hope to people who have lived with oil pollution for generations. But before we dive deeper into this accusation, let's understand what Ogoniland is and why this money matters so much. Ogoniland is located in Rivers State, in the heart of Nigeria's Niger Delta. For decades, this region has been the source of Nigeria's oil wealth, but that wealth came at a devastating cost. Picture this: farmland destroyed by oil spills, rivers and streams too polluted to drink from, fish dying in contaminated waters, communities watching their livelihoods disappear as the very earth beneath their feet turned toxic. By the early 1990s, the environmental destruction had become so severe that it sparked protests. The legendary activist Ken Saro-Wiwa led the Ogoni people in demanding justice, environmental cleanup, and a fair share of oil revenues. Tragically, Saro-Wiwa was executed by the military government in 1995, becoming a martyr for environmental justice in Nigeria. But the pollution continued. In 2011, after years of pressure, the United Nations Environment Programme conducted a comprehensive assessment of Ogoniland. What they found was shocking. The report revealed that in some areas, oil contamination had penetrated more than 5 meters into the ground. Communities were drinking water contaminated with benzene, a known carcinogen, at levels over 900 times above World Health Organization guidelines. The report estimated that cleaning up Ogoniland would take 25 to 30 years and cost at least $1 billion. In 2016, the Nigerian government finally launched the Hydrocarbon Pollution Remediation Project, known as HYPREP, with an initial commitment of $1 billion. Shell and other oil companies operating in the region agreed to fund 90% of the cleanup cost. This was supposed to be the Ogoniland's redemption story, the beginning of healing after decades of suffering. But 9 years later, progress has been painfully slow. Multiple reports have questioned where the money has gone and why communities see little change on the ground. Now enter Nyesom Wike. Before becoming FC Minister in August 2023, Wike served as Governor of Rivers State from 2015 to 2023. During his time as governor, he became known for his aggressive political style, massive infrastructure projects in Port Harcourt, and his ability to dominate Rivers State politics. Wike is not a man who shies away from controversy. He is bold, combative, and has made both powerful friends and powerful enemies throughout his political career. As Rivers State Governor, Wike oversaw development projects worth billions of naira. Port Harcourt saw new flyovers, roads, and yes, modern shopping complexes and supermarkets. His supporters praised him as a builder and developer. His critics questioned the source of funding for this project and accused him of authoritarian tendencies. When President Bola Ahmed Tinubu appointed Wike as FCT Minister, it was seen as a strategic political move. Wike had supported Tinubu's presidential campaign despite being a member of the opposition People's Democratic Party. The appointment was Tinubu's way of rewarding that loyalty. But Sowore's allegation now cast a dark shadow over Wike's legacy in Rivers State. According to Sowore, Wike allegedly diverted the $300 million during his time as governor, funneling the funds into the construction of hypercity supermarkets in Port Harcourt. Sowore claims that information was recently presented to President Tinubu by an Ogoni delegation, but that the revelation is being hushed up. If true, this would present one of the most brazen cases of fund diversion in recent Nigerian history. We are talking about money meant to clean up environmental devastation, allegedly redirected to building luxury shopping centers. The Ogoni accusation isn't happening in isolation. It's part of a much larger confrontation between Sowore and Wike that has been escalating for weeks. In September 2025, Sowore revealed that Wike and his wife, Justice Eberechi Suzette Nyesom Wike, a Court of Appeal judge, owned 3 luxury apartments in Winter Springs, Florida, valued at over $6 million. Using public record, Sowore showed that these properties were purchased through what he called suspicious cash transactions and were later transferred to the couple's 3 children through quit clan deeds between 2021 and 2023. On September 22, 2025, Sowore's lawyer Deji Adeyanju filed a formal petition with the Florida Attorney General requesting investigation, prosecution, and forfeiture of these properties. The petition accused Wike of money laundering and using the United States as a haven for allegedly looted Nigerian funds. Sowore didn't stop there. He also alleged that as FCT minister, Wike had been involved in massive land grabs in Abuja, allocating over 3,800 hectares valued at $6.45 billion to his children through shell companies and proxies. These are serious allegations. If proven, they could result in international arrest warrants, visa bans, and criminal prosecution in the United States. A group of Nigerian journalists even launched a petition on change.org, urging US authorities to investigate what they call real estate fraud by Wike in Florida. The petition stressed that Florida must not become a safe haven for allegedly looted Nigerian funds. Wike's camp did not take these accusations lying down. Larry Olayinka, Wike's media aide, launched a fierce counter-attack against Sowore. In a statement that went viral, Olayinka accused Sowore of owning a mansion in the United States worth $552,000, approximately 885 million naira. Olayinka went further, alleging that Sowore himself was corrupt. He claimed Sowore sold the African Action Congress governorship ticket in Rivers State for $3 million and pocketed funds from NSAS grants. He suggested that any threats to Sowore's life came not from the government but from people Sowore had allegedly scammed or blackmailed. This is a classic Nigerian political warfare. When accused, attack the accuser's credibility, question their motive, dig up dirt on their personal life. But here is the critical question. Does Sowore owning properties in the United States, if true, negate the allegations against Wike? Does it make the questions about Ogoniland funding, Florida mansions, and Abuja land allocations disappear? Many Nigerians don't think so. On social media, citizens have been demanding answers. They want to know, where did the Ogoniland cleanup money go? How can a minister and his wife, both public servants, afford $6 million worth of property in Florida? And why are these questions being met with attacks rather than transparent answers? This showdown between Sowore and Wike represents something much larger than just two individuals in conflict. It represents the frustration of ordinary Nigerians who see massive sum of money allocated for development only to watch that money disappear while conditions don't improve. It represents the environmental justice struggles of the Niger Delta, where communities have been poisoned by oil pollution while the wealth from the oil built mansions abroad. It represents the question of accountability in Nigerian governance. When public officials acquire unexplained wealth, who investigates, who holds them accountable? The Ogoniland cleanup is a perfect example. $1 billion was pledged, according to the report from 2022. HiPrep had received about $540 million by that time. Yet, leaked UN documents in late 2024 revealed that the cleanup had been largely ineffective. Communities report minimal visible progress, the land remains polluted, the water remains contaminated. Where did the money go? This is the question that haunts not just Ogoniland, but countless development projects across Nigeria. Billions allocated, little to show for it. And when activists dare to ask questions, they face attacks, intimidation, and accusations. Sowore has built his reputation on asking these uncomfortable questions. As a journalist and activist, he has spent decades exposing corruption regardless of who is in power. He protested against military dictators, He challenged civilian government. He spent time in detention for calling for revolution. Whether you agree with his methods or not, Sowore represents a particular kind of Nigerian citizen, the one who refuses to be silent, the one who demands answers, the one who believes that sunshine is the best disinfectant for corruption. So where does this showdown go from here? The allegations are serious. $300 million allegedly diverted from environmental cleanup, $6 million in unexplained Florida properties, billions in questionable land allocations in Abuja. These are not small claims. They demand investigation. They demand answers. The petition to Florida authorities is now on record. US law enforcement takes money laundering allegations seriously, especially when American real estate is involved. If investigations proceed, they could uncover financial trails that lead back to Nigeria. Within Nigeria, the question is whether any agency will investigate the Ogoniland allegations. Will the Economic and Financial Crime Commission step in? Will the House of Representatives or Senate hold hearings? Will Tinubu, to whom the Ogoni delegation reportedly presented evidence, demand accountability from his own minister? Or will this controversy fade away like so many others, buried under counter-accusations, media manipulations, and political power plays? The people of Ogoniland are watching. They've been watching for decades. They watched as their land was destroyed in the name of national development. They watched as promises were made and broken. They watched as money was allocated, but their environment remained toxic. They are tired of watching. They want action. They want their land cleaned. They want their water safe. They want the future that was promised to them. As for Sowore and Wike, this battle is far from over. These are two strong-willed men who don't back down easily. Sowore has promised to continue until Wike is brought to justice or justice is brought to him. Wike, known for his political survival skills, is unlikely to simply accept these accusations without a fight. What's clear is this: the Nigerian people deserve answers. They deserve to know where the Ogoniland cleanup money went. They deserve transparency about how public officials can afford luxury properties abroad. They deserve accountability. Whether they get it or not, that's the story we'll be watching. What do you think about this controversy? Do the allegations against Wike deserve investigation, or is it just political warfare between two adversaries? Share your thoughts in the comment below. If you found this documentary informative, please like the video and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into Nigerian politics and current affairs. Remember, in a democracy, asking questions isn't just a right, it's a responsibility. Till I come your way again, see you soon.